So you've shown up to your tabletop RPG game, but you forgot your dice, or nobody has any dice, or you're at a virtual table and you need some dice. Don't worry, here's 5 tabletop RPG dice rollers you can download on your smartphone right now. Hey y'all, I'm the Belated Banneret. Before I get started, a few disclaimers for this video. First of all, this video is my opinion. This is not to be taken as absolute fact that these are the best dice rollers you can possibly get. This is my opinion, and whether you put any stock in it or not is up to you. The other disclaimer that I want to make is that I chose these apps based on utility. The least utility app will be number 5, and then all the way to the number 1 you'll have the app with the most utility. The other criteria for this was that these apps had to be available on both iOS and Android. Also, these apps could not be a part of another app. So the integrated dice roller in Roll20 or D&D Beyond won't count because they are integrated into another application and they're not standalone app dice rollers. So with that being said, let's get on with the video. Number 5 on the list of dice rollers is going to be Mighty Dice by Caleb Jacob. This dice roller is very aesthetically pleasing. It is beautiful and it operates super smoothly. You have the option to shake your device to actually roll your dice, and you can change your dice to look however you want and they will be gorgeous. Now that's not to say that this app isn't without its downfalls. The first thing I would point out is that when you change your dice color or any of the aesthetics about it, you might get an ad. And these ads are generally about 30 seconds long and they're kind of a pain in the butt. But you can skip them, or if you're not worried about putting your device in airplane mode, you can do that and they won't show up at all. The next issue that I might take with Mighty Dice is that the modifiers that you can add on your dice are not automatically added and displayed on the screen if you're only rolling one die. And the other issue I might take with it is that it's only aesthetically customizable. Like, you can only change how your dice look. You can change how many dice you roll, but there's nothing to save. All in all, though, beautiful dice roller. A great job, Mr. Jacob. This is a fantastic app. Would recommend. Number 4 on the list is Google Assistant. Wait a minute, iOS guys, don't leave just yet. I want to point out you can use Siri. She does a lot of the same things that Google Assistant does, just Google Assistant has a tiny bit more functionality, and on the Android phones it is a 3D experience. So Google Assistant edges out Siri just a little bit, but you can still use Siri as a voice activated dice roller. But Siri also doesn't have access to Tarot Time, which is an interesting little bit that allows you to draw a tarot card. Now, the reason that's important for those of you not accustomed to Dungeons and Dragons, there's this handy little magic item called the Deck of Many Things, and one of the ways to determine what you drew out of a deck of many things is to draw from a deck of tarot cards, and that will tell you what you have drawn out of the deck of many things. Now, of course, you can just tell Siri to draw a card, and there are charts that will tell you based on what you drew out of a standard deck of playing cards what you drew out of the deck of many things, but tarot cards just add that extra level of mystique. And as I said before, Google Assistant is just prettier. Now, that's not to say that Google Assistant isn't without its faults. First of all, you can only customize the voice. There's no modifiers to add. There's no profiles to save. There's no, there's not a lot of customizability to it. And I've had an issue with my Google Assistant where she will just continue rolling, whether I ask her to or not. It is voice activated and it is handy, and so for that reason, it makes number 4. Number 3 on the list is going to be D20 Calculator by Lion's Den. This app is so super simple to use. If you can use a calculator, you can use this. All you got to do is plug in the information, so 1, the D20 button, plus whatever your modifier is, and then hit the D20 down in the bottom right hand corner, which is your equals button, and it will automatically generate your result for you, and that's it. Super simple, super easy. Now, the problems I would have with this app, first of all, it's not pretty. It's super simple. It looks just like the calculator app that comes with your phone. It's not great. Secondly, there's no way to save different roles, different profiles, so that you can just have access to quick rolls whenever you need them. It's just a calculator. Now, you can get a save function on this app, but you do have to purchase it for 99 cents. So for that, I don't know if it's exactly worth it for this app, especially considering we still have number 2 and number 1 to go. All in all though, for the utility of this app, it's super simple, it doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's a calculator, so you don't have to switch apps between your dice roller and your calculator just in case you need to total up how much your party shopping trip just cost you, or how much loot you just pulled out of the dragon's lair. And so for that, for its simplicity and for its functionality, it gets number 3. Number 2 on the list is my personal dice roller that I use. Dice, or on iOS, it's Dice 3D by 7pixel. This app has it all. It's got 3D graphics. It's got changeable backgrounds. It's got the ability to change and set up profiles so that you can have different roles at the touch of a button. It's got modifiers that you can add and subtract. It can actually total your rolls for you and display it on the screen. And did I mention that it's pretty? It looks great. It's very smooth. You can shake your device to actually roll your dice. And the best part of all about this app is that it has no ads. That's right, it's provided by 7pixel, absolutely ad-free, and the only other things you have are in-app purchases, which you don't have to use unless you just want to. This app is my favorite dice app to use while I'm sitting at the table with friends. There is only one thing that this app doesn't have that number 1 has. However, this app has some things in it that number 1 doesn't. So, in that right, they are interchangeable in my opinion. This one could be number 1 or the next one could be number 1. It doesn't really matter, but this one definitely scores number 2. So, thank you, 7pixel. Awesome app. I love it. I know my viewers are going to love it. Top notch. Top notch. All right, number 1 on the list. Fair warning, I'm about to slaughter somebody's name. But number 1 is Group D&D Dice Roller by Chris Panagides. Panagides. I'm sorry, Chris, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry. But Chris over at blacklich.com has created this group D&D dice roller, and it is phenomenal. It looks a whole heck of a lot like the D20 Calculator from Lion's Den, but it has a ton more functionality and usefulness than that one does. For instance, not only is it able to total up your rolls just like the D20 Calculator is, but this one can actually save your rolls with their own titles. So like you can do the sneak attack for your rogue or smite for your paladin and have that roll ready for you. But not just that, you can separate all of those rolls into separate profiles so that you can have all of your rolls for your paladin on one sheet. And then if you switch, you can switch to your rogue and have all the rolls on that sheet. Just at a touch of a button, you can sneak attack, you can smite, you can roll for perception, you can attack. Whatever you want to do, you can save it so that all you have to do is push a button and this app does it. Fantastic. It also includes DM tools and an initiative tracker, which is phenomenal. You can actually build encounters inside the app, keep account of initiative, hit points, who's paralyzed, who's restricted. All of that is in the app. And it's ad-free. There are no ads in this app. There are in-app purchases that can be made to improve the aesthetics, but for the most part, it's just a great all-around app, and I wish that was all I had to tell you. But also, this app is online integrated so that if you have a virtual tabletop like Roll20, or you guys are just playing on Discord or whatever, you can use this app, set up a virtual table so that all rolls are kept honest, whether you're a half a world away or sitting right next to each other. This app is great. It's not a 3D app. It's not going to win any beauty contests, but the functionality is phenomenal. I can't tell you how impressed I am with this app. This is great. Also, Chris over at blacklich.com has done a great job on his website. There are videos to show you tips and tricks on how to use the app. And also there's a link to the web integrated app so that even if you don't have a smartphone or a tablet, if you're on a virtual tabletop, you can access the app from your computer and use it there. So this app actually has a third operating system. Your computer, whatever your computer is, it's there. This app is just wonderful. Chris, thank you so much. You did a great job. This app, it's #1 on my list, and it's obvious why. Well, that's it for this week's video. What did I miss? Is there an app that you play with that I didn't mention that meets all the strict criteria? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to check out the links down below in the description for all the apps that I mentioned on my list today. Be sure you magic missile that like button and mage hand over the subscribe button and the notification bell for future videos. Thanks for watching, adventurers. Safe journeys. This is the Paladin of Procrastination signing off. Hello, kitty. Did you want to be in the video? Okay, well there it is. Tell the people what you think. Hi everybody, this is Gandalf. This is my kitty. Well, our kitty. Oh, good God. Time to edit this video. All right. Ow! Gandalf, get off. Ow!